How Turkey's role in the global economy will develop under the continued reign of President Recep Tayyip Erdoğan.
Turkey is embarking on another with Recep Tayyip Erdoğan.
Rampant inflation, dwindling foreign reserves, a currency crisis. Once again, the responsibility
Fundamentally, is that where you see it's going? Just more economic turmoil?
All this is not going to be fixed by conventional measures. Erdoğan will not go down. Is obsessed with, he believes, lowering the interest rates will attract...
As Turkey and the region grow closer, how reliant is this country on money from the Middle East?
To defend the currency, to provide dollars. It can try and slow growth. He wasn't willing to raise interest to defend the currency, which meant the currency had to...
2019 and 2020, Turkey sent foreign reserves to prevent the lira's free fall. More than $100 billion were spent to keep the lira afloat.
In Muslim world, rarely has a country transformed economically and politically in such a short time to pose the competition to the European countries. There are a lot of debates on Urdagon's style of governance as there were on authoritarian styles of Kuan and Mahatir Muhammad, who ruled their countries for decades. The fact of the matter is that what they achieved is no means accomplishment. What Pakistan needs is to look at its positive side and emulate those areas where Pakistan is facing challenges that Turkey faced decades ago. Two areas where Pakistan needs to focus is economic and human development. Let us look at what Turkey did and what Pakistan can do to accelerate development in the country. First lesson. Dilemma of debt trap and poor economy. Pakistan's present government is facing the dilemma of debt trap that has been accumulated to $100 billion by the successive governments. Turkey had the similar issue but on a smaller scale as the population or size of the countries differ. Since 1961, Turkey had taken 19 IMF loans. Pakistan had taken about 18. Urdagon inherited an IMF debt of $23.5 billion in 2003, which was reduced to $0.9 billion in 2012. During Urdagon's leadership, inflation fell from 32% to 9.0% in 2006. Since then, Turkish inflation has continued to fluctuate around 9% and is still one of the highest inflation rates in the region. The Turkish public debt as a percentage of annual GDP declined from 74% in 2002 to 39% in 2009. Thus, the lesson to learn is that economy and debt are manageable and will take from 3 to 9 years if persistent reforms are made. Second lesson that can be learned is human development. Human development became the priority for Turkey from the first day. Erdoğan increased the budget of Ministry of Education in 9 years from 7.5 billion lira in 2002 to 34 billion lira in 2011. The highest share of the national budget given to one ministry, which became higher than military allocations. Compulsory education was increased from 8 years to 12. In 2003, the Turkish government together with UNICEF started a campaign called Come on Girls, Let's Go to School. The goal of this campaign was to close the gender gap in primary school enrollment through the provision of a quality basic education for all girls, especially for Southeast Turkey. For Pakistan, the challenge is not its budget and gender gap, but quality gap. Public and madrasa schools have produced mushrooms of unfit, left behind school kids and graduates who struggle to get jobs or compete with private school education elites. The government needs to focus for the next 5 years on leveling the standard of education in the public and private school education. Third lesson, healthcare system. After assuming power in 2003, Erdoğan's government initiated a comprehensive reform program of the Turkish healthcare system called the Health Transformation Program to enhance the quality of healthcare and protect all citizens from financial risks. As part of the reforms, the Green Card program, which provides health benefits to the poor, was expanding in 2004. The reform program aimed at increasing the ratio of private to state-run healthcare, which, along with long queues in state-run hospitals, resulted in the rise of private medical care in forcing state-run hospitals to compete with raising quality. Pakistan has introduced Sehat Insaf card to the poor primarily. This card, when first introduced by KP Promise during the 2013 and 18 term, was very successful in providing quality health care to the people below poverty line and then to the rest of the population. However, this facility alone will not improve public hospital conditions. Tough reforms need to be passed to create accountability of healthcare professionals in the public hospitals. If Pakistan needs to learn from Turkish model, it must focus on these some of the important policies. Number 1. Generate more revenues to invest in social and economic development. The economy is already reeling under inflation, and more taxes on common men will not solve the problem. Similarly, more debt will just create more dependence. What Turkey did was to sell off its state enterprises to create fiscal space. Pakistan has a list of companies it needs to privatize. This process needs to be expedited to firstly stop putting scarce budget money into bleeding organizations, and secondly by selling them to generate the much needed revenue. Number 2. Boosting small and medium enterprises. Turkey made sure that a lot of incentives were given to the small and medium enterprises to boost business and job creation. 80% of businesses in Pakistan are small and medium enterprises. Kamyab Jawan program should ensure not just doing out loans but enterprise capacity building to enable the small and medium businesses to sustain and grow. Number 3. Increase traveler traffic. Like Dubai, Turkey has created reasons for people to visit Turkey. By developing Turkish Airlines as the largest network, Turkey has competed with Dubai for traveler traffic. PIA may not be anywhere near such extensive growth, but the principle of getting more people to visit it stands true. Tourism in Pakistan is already picking up. More ease of traveling facilities by removing unnecessary paperwork and security checks will make the country more accessible. Conclusion. Not all that has happened in Turkey is worthy of emulation, and there are lessons in that as well. What is worth noticing is that in a period between 2002 and 2011, Turkey turned around from being a struggling country to the case study of development in Muslim world. The other lesson is that any growth that is that best will be short term, as has been witnessed in the last 10 years in Pakistan. Growth based on pruning of bleeding enterprises and promotion of small and medium enterprises is where the secret of sustainable development.